Well, we are going on trying to show that the Bible is wonderful. And now we can look to one teaching of the Bible. And every teaching of the Bible, in the Bible, has a perfect structure. Every teaching. There is nothing by chance. Everything is in a perfect picture. We can make a picture of every teaching of the Bible. And we start now with one teaching, very important, basic. The teaching about salvation. How can we be saved? And that's written in Romans, Paul's letter to Romans at chapter 3. But we don't read it. We read maybe later. But now we make a picture of that teaching. The starting point is that God is, in the Bible, God is defined as love, truth, and justice. Just correct me when I make mistakes. Truth, love, and justice. And on the other side is man. Man as human being. Man and God, they are. Simply are. We do not demonstrate. We are. Of course, there is now, in modern society, the motto is, I shop, therefore I am. Well, today, if you shop, you are. If you don't shop, you are not. But that's not the truth. That's a bad motto. We are because we feel that we are. We think, we love, we are the human being. We are. We are. But God is too. But we are separated. I know about God, but I cannot reach God. I can understand easily that my situation is sin. I am naturally in sin. That's my situation. Because the Bible gives reason for that starting from Genesis. But the fact is that now, today, I understand I am in sin. I know about good, but I make bad things. Even if I think to make the best, but anyway, my inner desire is just to me and my interest. I am in sin. And the Bible says that in chapter 6 of Romans, that salary of the sin is death. And also this is very clear. Everyone can understand that we are going we are going to die soon or late. We hope late, but we are going to die soon or late. And everyone understands that. Sin and death. Man situation is there. And this is God's situation. Love, truth, justice. But you can see that there is a gap. Man cannot reach God because it is in sin, and God cannot support, cannot understand sin, cannot receive people with sin. So God told, well, I am truth and justice. I give you a law. A law. If you, man, satisfy the law, observe the law, if you make what is written in the law, you will be saved, you will reach me. But that's the problem, that man cannot satisfy the law. And so this is the sin exactly, that you cannot satisfy the law. And God knows that. And so, because God is not only law, it is not only truth and justice, but it is also love. On the basis of justice and love, God gave grace, is good, grace. So, grace. Man is a sinner. Man is a sinner and goes to death. Cannot reach God. God gave in His truth and justice a law. The law is true and just, right. The law is true and right, but cannot satisfy. Man cannot make the law. It is impossible. So God gives through His justice, and His love give the grace. As truth gave the law and justice, as love and justice gave the grace. What is the grace? It is written in Romans 3. We will read that later, but now let's go on with our picture. The grace is that if man have faith, just faith in Jesus, the grace is that God gave His Son, Jesus, to show His justice based on love this time, not on truth but on love. To show that His justice, He told, well, you man cannot satisfy law, but my Son will satisfy law. If you believe in it, you are justified. If you believe in it, you are, through faith, you are justified. Oh, it is good, justified. So, from sinner you become justified right now. Because you have been faith in Jesus. And why? Because Jesus is propitiation, atonement.
The atonement.
Atonement.
Yep.
Jesus is atonement, and it means that Jesus observed the law, and Jesus was the lamb sacrificed. Himself was sacrificed on my place. If I have faith in His, I am justified because Jesus paid for me. Atonement means that He was given a sacrifice. He died for me, died paying what I had to pay. And so He satisfied the law, Jesus, and paid, and now there is nothing against me. I, by faith, become just because Jesus is who paid for me. And this is to show the justice of God. Justice of God in Jesus. Through faith we are justified because Jesus paid for me.
Jesus filled in the gap for us.
Jesus
filled in the gap.
Yes, filled the gap. Exactly, thank you. Filled the gap, yes. And Jesus is not only atonement, it is written in Roma, but also redemption. Redemption. Mica Tamamerkis. What does it mean? That Jesus died and so satisfied the law, we are justified. And then was rise again, Jesus. And so, as redemption, through grace of Jesus, through faith of man, we can have, because He is redemption, we can pass from death to life. That's the picture. God is truth, love and justice. Man is a sinner and going to death. God tells, in my truth and justice I give you a law. Satisfy the law and you will reach me. Through the law you will reach me. But man cannot observe the law and is a sinner. So Jesus showed His justice in another way, through grace.
God showed His justice.
God shows it, yeah? Justice in another way. Because He is also love, He gave grace, the gift of grace. What is grace? Grace is this: Jesus died for me. If I believe that, accept that, I am, because Jesus died for me, justified from my sins. And I feel the gap through Jesus. I can go to God's presence. And because Jesus also was rising from the dead, through the same faith, I got life and passed from death to life, because Jesus is my life. Was dead and was rising, and I am in Him. When I am in faith, I accept the death and the rising. And so, through grace, I have life. But not life, just life. Life to go to take a yacht, some ice cream, or life to have a family, very good, but life for have a car. No, not that kind of life. Much more, much more, much more. From that to eternal life. Eternal life. Much more than this life. Eternal life. And eternal life means life in great, in all directions. Not only time, but everything. Everything will be eternal. And start now, eternal life. Now! If you believe now in Jesus, now you get justification. You have no problem for your sin because Jesus paid for you, and you get eternal life. Immediately when you become a believer, if you believe now to Jesus, just close your eyes and tell Jesus, yes, I understand. I want to give my life to you. I don't understand anything else, theological or something, or I don't have exam to make, money to pay, nothing. I just tell you, give me your life, eternal life. Your life with your love, with your justice, with your power. Now you can start eternal life. Please do it. The Bible is wonderful.